All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Yeah, it's all the diseases and everything like that. But that pestilence is Esau. A pestilence is something you just can't get rid of. And Esau is something we can't get rid of out of our lives. Esau is ingrained into everything that we do. You breathe, it's Esau. You open your eyes, it's Esau right there. Him and his wickedness. And ye shall be delivered into the hands of your enemy. And that's where we are right now. This is where we are right now. Okay, now let me go back to this. Okay, so you can see here, okay, they've got those militia forces, and I show you that they deputize the National Guard. I show you that they deputize those militia groups out there. Okay, those are going to be out there enforcing. When you see martial law goes into place, these militia groups are going to be called, and it's going to be Jakes too. Believe it or not, we seeing this right now. They're using the celebrities. They're using these people like Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson and all these old crow coon niggas, and the ones in the church too, the Creflo Dollars and TD Jakes, to do what? To screw the heads of to screw our head with knucklehead Jakes, the 2/3 that want to continue, that still believe that there's some type of hope. Okay, so Jake is still intermingled with these Edomites right here. And you can see where my mouse is pointing right here. Okay, still want to hold hands and join them. Okay, this is the 2/3 Israel, just still trying to be like these people, you know. And you have what Esau has on this side here is a militia group, and he has his federal forces. And take a look at this. This is the military service branches. Okay, so you see how many up there? These are all of the active ones. Okay, there's 6 of them, and then these are the reserve component ones, a version of them like that. And how many of them are there? There are 7. Okay, there are 7 of them. So that gives you an idea of what Esau, what you're going to be working up against. These are just police vehicles right here. You can see these things are armored vehicles. Okay, so you have all of these that's going to be coming up. Now, I'm going to show you something that you probably have never seen before. Do you know that in addition to the Army National Guard of these states, especially California and Texas, that they have something called the State Militia Group? That's right. Take a look at this. All right. And I'm going to put this here for you to see. So what they have is actually called state militia. These are infantry, and what these are is a bunch of retired dudes. And if you take a closer look at these pictures, these are old retired dudes from friggin' doggone, the Korean War, even some of them. Seriously. And I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you a second lieutenant that looks like he's about 80 years old, who's part of this. So now they're not really paid. It's voluntary. And I'm going to I'll put the link for you to go read this, because for time's sake like that. And when you read this, this is just going to blow your doggone mind. Now, I already knew about this because I had served in the California Army National Guard, and I met these people. And what they have, instead of having army, they have basically California on their uniform. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So see here, right here, look at this. See, this is also Texas Military Department. So they actually have an Army National Guard, an Air National Guard, and then they also have something called State Guard that anybody can join to. Okay, and you don't go through the boot camp training like what you would go through with all of these different maps. So this here shows you the brigade maps right here. What these brigades consist of: infantry guys. What are infantry guys? Guys who just go and shoot and do things. Okay, these are the more hardcore part of the military. These are not death junkies. Okay, for those of you who've actually served, then you would know what I'm talking about. Okay, with infantry, if you serve in infantry. Okay, so this, I'm going to put this also in the link too. So they have all of those. These are all part of that militia right there. Okay, and these are guys who are inside the bushes doing this stuff right here. Okay, and they allow anybody to go into. Now, just to show you, because you wanted to see what these uniforms look like. All right, this is the first lieutenant. Okay, and this is the California militia right here. See, notice that he has his name, and right here he has California. It doesn't have Army or U.S. Army or U.S. Navy or whatever cases like that. Okay, and you can see this. Look, see they can wear mustache, beard, everything. This here is a full bird colonel. See, and you can see here, this here is a 2-star general. Okay, now these guys are not federal. These are not federally recognized service members like your typical service members, like those of us who have served. We serve active duty, so we actually are federally recognized. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and you have the states actually have these, what is called militia. So let me bring it back to you again. Kenosha, if you remember this, okay, The police department call in the militias. Okay. They call in the guys to do the dirty work. Okay. You have California that has an infantry brigade regiment. Okay. Consisting of thousands. Okay. And when you can take a look at it, you can see that the membership here is open to all citizens regardless of race, sex, religion, or political affiliation. That means they're letting anybody inside here like that. So when they deem Jake to be enemy number one, who do you think is going to jump inside there? Do you know how many Asians want to kill niggas? Do you know how many doggone niggers want to kill niggas? Do you know how many of the Middle Eastern want to shoot your ass? When you think about that, and you can go join one of these state militias, okay, and and become deputized, okay, you can now go out there and you can go get the enemy. And who's that enemy that Esau is going to be putting out there? It is going to be none other than doggone Jake, who's spending a considerable amount of time clinging to these enemies here, having a joyful spirit, okay? Because why? See, Jake doesn't understand what we understand. So we understand that we were disobedient to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, and that he's going to punish us. So we understand right here, okay, and this is milk scripture here, Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 25, and it says, what does it says here? I will bring a sword upon you that, look here, take a look at it. I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. We didn't keep our part, okay? And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send a pestilence among you. And that's all these people, okay? Not only the sickness and the famine that's going to come on the 2/3 or those of us who do not follow in the follow in this truth and give all glory and honor to Yahweh Shemi Ashai, but you can have Esau. You have these other nations, okay? Because Jake is going to have to go and break the so-called law out there in order to eat, to sleep, to do those things. Okay, pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hands of the enemy. And that is exactly what is going to happen. I'm going to close by giving you this story here. And out here where I go, and I probably will film it one of these days, where I go out here and go run. There was a Jake that had a tent out in the bushes somewhere out here by the water, and out of the way, out of sight, no problem. You know, you saw him. You know, he had a thing set up there. They made him pack it up and move it. And chase them away. Now, he wasn't bothering nobody. But meantime, right out here near the highway, you've got about 5 or 6 Edomites out here that has so much trash, it's unbelievable. I mean, bicycles and junk and crap and shit everywhere. And literally there's a sign that says, fine littering, the fine is $450. And guess what? They've been there for months on end and nobody has done anything like that. So even in Babylon, if you are homeless, you need to be very discreet about it. If you live in your car, you need to be very discreet about it. If you are homeless, you need to be very discreet about it. Try not to offend anybody, not to be in anybody's way like that, because just like that, they will come and scoop your black ass up, okay, or your so-called black ass up, and throw you in jail or beat you with an inch of your damn life because someone say you smell bad. But yet, so these Edomites, with their stinking, hairy, rotten ass, can throw garbage all over the damn place, and they just drive by it, and these things are hazardous to vehicles, and they do nothing about it. And that is where we live right now. So these Jakes who really believe that these people are your friends, you better start to really be thinking again, okay? Be thinking about this, because you need to understand we have enemies around us, okay? And let me close this out here with one of the things that constantly comes to my head, and this is coming from 1 Peter's 5 and 8, and it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, that is these doggone Edomites, Caucasians, so-called white people, okay, as a roaring lion walking about seeking whom he might devour." And that is also part of 2/3. They are also part of that too, because they will look at you with disdain if they see you on the side of the road right there with nothing to eat, homeless, and look destituted. They will look at you with disdain, as if like you just didn't do enough to make it in Great Babylon. And that's a 2/3 right there, because they want to cling to this enemy. All right. So Lord willing, you were edified with this. I didn't mean to go as long as I did, but it's just the way it is. I'm going to break the video up in 2 parts so that, you know, you can see it. Those of you who don't, like to who have a short attention span here. So with that, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to the teachers and elders and brothers from Great Millstone, to the brothers that are pushing on hard, who's going to have camp this weekend, and to you brothers and sisters that are tuning in and truly believe. Shalom, DT and a Baal. Let's get out of this place. Don't turn back.